Episode 2. I once was a lost person, but now I am found. I am a new me. I am at peace. I have inner peace and I have joy and happiness. As mentioned in my intro, I got married at the age of 24. Prior to this, my family life was one of fun and laughter, fights and squabbles with my 7 siblings. I come from a family of 8 children living together with my mum and dad and my dad's sister. My forefathers were descendants from India, coming to South Africa, working in the sugarcane fields in Durban. Life for them was tough, but manageable with help being received from their families that came along with them from India. Growing up with my brothers and sisters in awesome love, fighting amongst each other, and being together in trials and tribulations. Raising 8 children was not easy for my dad. He worked as a tinsmith during the day and as a waiter at night in order to provide for us. My mom and aunt stayed at home and took care of us. There were times that we went to bed with just having bread and butter, but nonetheless, both parents did the best they could. In all of this, we were taught to pray and our needs were met. Things got a lot better for us when my 2 elder brothers and sister got employed and assisted my mum and dad financially. My life played out well, completing metric, and I also sought employment. I met my partner in 1982. We courted for a year and got married in 1983. Whilst in courtship, he would visit me and spend time with my brothers, indulging in a couple of drinks and enjoying themselves. In the first few months of our marriage, it was bliss. We lived with my in laws and they took care of me and nurtured me. As the months passed, I noticed that my partner's alcohol intake was a must have on a daily basis, and over the weekends, it got worse. He spent most of his time with friends, and when I approached him on this, there was verbal abuse, which then led to physical abuse. I was pregnant, and even in this state, the abuse continued. Promises were made, only to be broken. He would say, I will give up when baby is born. This never happened. In fact, it was a big celebration. During this time, he lost his job, which was because of his alcohol intake. This resulted in him finding casual jobs, which couldn't sustain us. By this time, we had moved out to live on our own, which made it very difficult for us. It was tough making ends meet on just my salary. We then took a decision to move to Johannesburg to seek employment. Fortunately, we both found employment. Promises were again made to stop drinking, only to be broken again. He found new friends to socialize with. Setting ourselves up in Johannesburg was not easy. Both sides of our families assisted us wherever they could. My employment was permanent, but not for my partner. Due to his excessive alcohol intake over the weekends, he was not able to go to work on Mondays, and this caused him to lose 2, if not 3 jobs. In all of this, my second child was born. Somehow, with my secure job, we barely managed. We were in financial difficulty, and this was more the reason to continue the drinking. I was blamed for not managing our finances. Our third child was born, and by this time, the alcohol intake was totally out of control. The verbal and physical abuse on me worsened. I was living in fear each day. I did not know what state he would be in when he gets home. As much as I was excelling at work, at home I was failing. My weekends were a lot worse. I hated weekends. He was either at home drinking excessively or would be with his friends and not spending time with us. Sometimes he would take my two boys with, and this worried me, not knowing where they were and what was happening to them. My life in this state rolled out for 13 years. In the 12th to the 13th year, I noticed that my partner was using his control over my eldest son. Something inside me snapped. Abuse I could take, but not to my child. And I stood up for this. December 1995 was the turning point in my life. After an argument, I left home with my children, vowing never to come back. I went to my cousin, sent my boys to Durban to their grandparents, with clear sight in me to move back to Durban. I spoke to my employer and explained that I would be leaving work at the end of the month. My partner found out where I was and came for me. He was totally out of control and abused me physically. This was the worst day of my life. I hated this man and had no love for him at all. He was arrested for the abuse, and I was totally prepared to charge him fully. However, he started pleading to set him free, promising in writing that he will not interfere with me anymore and that we will lead separate lives. Thus far is the story of me from a fun-loving, carefree person turning into a fearful, hard, cold, and closed-up person. I'm leaving you with this thought. Sometimes life doesn't unfold the way you want, but the detours, heartbreaks, and closed doors often lead you to something better. It's not failure, it's redirection, guiding you towards the path you are meant to walk. God bless you till my next episode.